Hi there and welcome to Dinos Vault once again, guys. Today I'm reviewing the Bajaj Pulsar 220F DTSi, also known as the fastest Indian. Now, launched in 2009, the Pulsar 220F was resurrected back from the ashes of the 220Fi, which failed to make its presence felt in the market. Regathering their thoughts and focusing on their strengths, Bajaj decided to do away with the fuel injection technology and brought back the 220 in its raw and carbureted DTSi form and priced it so unbelievably that it immediately set their cash registers ringing. With the all black theme making the bike look stunning and the new engine churning out around 21 PS of peak power, the Pulsar simply set the streets on fire and went on to become one of the fastest bikes in India back then. Over the years, the fastest Indian has amazed everyone with its sheer performance, jaw dropping looks, loads of goodies, and a simply irresistible price tag to this very day, such that even after the launch of the 200NS, which happens to be a very good motorcycle in and of itself, people still ended up buying themselves a 220 instead. Now, let's just cut out the intro portion to here and start out with the review. Looking at the design, the bike has an ageless design, is what I feel. It has been around for more than half a decade and still it feels quite up to date. The twin vertically laid headlamp setup looks stunning and the pilot lamps look menacing. The windshield too manages to fend off some amount of wind blast on highways. All this and the beefy 37mm front forks give the bike an intimidating look from up front. Coming to the profile, the quarter fairing is well designed and integrates well with the rest of the bike. We get the same trademark muscular tank that the Pulsar franchise is known for. The side panels and the rear panels are the same as that of the 180 or 150, but they look perfect as they are. I absolutely love the exhaust on this one. Not only does it look macho, it sounds superb as well. I believe it is the same one carried forward from the Pulsar 200 that was phased out after the launch of this bike in 2009. At the back, we get the twin strip LED tail lamp setup, which is a signature design element of the Pulsar family. Apart from this, we also get split seats that offer decent comfort. We get tank pads. The switchgear is backlit, which looks great at night. We do get a high beam flasher and engine kill switch too. I believe we also get an auto choke with this bike. Now, talking about the instrument cluster, we get an analog tachometer. The digital display contains the speedometer, the odometer, trip meter, fuel gauge, and a side stand indicator. Talking about the engine specs, powering the fastest Indian is the single cylinder 4-stroke DTSi oil cooled 220cc engine that puts out a maximum power of 21.05 PS at 8500 rpm and 19.12 Newton meters of torque at 7000 rpm. This comes mated to a 5-speed gearbox. Talking about the bike's performance, this is the highlight of the bike. Back at the time of its launch, we didn't have the likes of KTM or other performance bikes. Hence, the Pulsar 220 became an instant hit with the enthusiasts. It accelerates exceedingly well. The gearbox, though, with the toe shifter isn't all that smooth, and the clutch too is on the harder side, but still the throttle response is phenomenal, and that is what makes this a cracker of a bike even to this day. Not only this, but even the value for money proposition for this bike is insane when we look around today. These days, even a 150cc Street Fighter costs between 90k to 1 lakh on road. With the Pulsar 220 being made available for the same on-road price, we get a 220cc bike with dual discs, we get twin projector headlamps, a superb exhaust, great performance, backlit switches, digital speedo, etc. And this is what makes this bike simply irresistible even today. Talking about the brakes, we get a 260mm disc up front and a 230mm disc at the rear. Brakes are good enough and offer adequate stopping power for a bike in its class. Talking about the suspension, we get telescopic forks with the anti-friction bush up front and nitrox gas charged shock absorbers at the rear. The suspension is not too stiff nor too soft. It offers a decent balance of comfort and performance. Talking about the wheels and tires, we get 17-inch wheels with tubeless tires. We get a 90 by 90 front tire and 120 by 80 rear tire. Ground clearance is 165 millimeters. Fuel tank capacity is 15 liters. There's no official mileage claim for this bike, but you can expect around 40 kmpl from this bike is what I feel. Extracting best mileage depends on the way we ride, so please do check out my mileage tips link mentioned in the description portion below. Price ex showroom Hyderabad is rupees 89,364. Well, that's pretty much it for now. I just hope you found this video useful. Until next time, this is Dino saying ciao. Take care, God bless, and ride safe.